We have binged all 4 episodes of the popular YouTube series, All of Us. The final episode ended with a cliffhanger. No confirmation yet. But from their comment sections, it may seem as though there is going to be a part 2. 4 more episodes to come. However, now that we are ending a cliffhanger and fans are waiting, what did you think?
There should be a continuation because where the story ended, but the story is just okay so far. It's just there.
If you have seen All of Us on YouTube, they'll know what you think. My name is Volke.
I am Enifome.
Join us if you know you love anything TV.
All of Us series on YouTube is a high school thriller that is set in Lagos, Nigeria. And here's what this gist is about. It follows this murder mystery that happens at a party that teenagers were throwing. And this teacher is found dead at this party. They decide to cover up the death of this teacher.
If you have watched crime thrillers like this before, even teenage crime thrillers like this is such a messy crime scene.
Yes, it is.
And I think they did a shoddy job in doing that because I was surprised that they actually dug up a grave to bury the body.
And the next day at school, the body is found. How? And even when they were moving the body around, they were using their hands. They're amateur, they're teenagers, yes, but if you decide that you want to do this crime, or okay, let's cover this thing up, I think you'll do it better.
And they don't even know what happened to the man. They don't know who killed the man. Yeah. So they didn't even ask those questions. You ask questions, who did it? They will not know, okay, we're protecting Shalewa or whatever. But they just started covering up. What are you covering up? Why are we wrapping up this body? The boy was scared that, his parents would be disappointed in him. But at the same time, at the end of the day, his parents still tried to protect him from that murder case. So also, can we just say Mr. Marcus, played by Saga, is just a very big fool?
Of course, anybody who has a relationship with a minor, especially one that you're teaching that looks up to you, is a fool.
It's a very big fool. Is there no sense of discretion in you, at least? Why are you at the party of teenagers? So ridiculous.
The glasses trying to disguise that character. We did not get to see him a lot. But I think he was just silly. And even Saga portraying this character, I don't think he did very well. This NYC copper that's teaching in this school. I don't really appreciate his acting so much, playing this Mr. Marcus. Then his actions as this character, it did not make a lot of sense. As an adult at that stage, you should know better. In my opinion, no matter how you don't have restraints, you should know better. You are not supposed to be there. He did not want to go there before, but like, okay, let me make up with this girl and let me go to this party. But still,
it's stupid.
And these teenagers, we had a number of them here. Were you interested in any particular story? Because they kept on showing us this family, these ones are twins, and this is their mother. Were you interested, even though they showed you everything that, okay, they laid all their cards on the table, that this is the kind of family that this person is from? And this is why they're trying to hide all these consequences that they will get for doing this.
I was not invested in any of these stories. I was just going along with the ride. Even the Tinasa that we saw that, okay, her mother is a struggling mom, mother's companies weren't paying for her tuition and everything. I was not really invested in her story either. I know a lot of people like Tinasa and her mother's side, but there's nobody here invested in their story that I want them to win so much, or I hope that they come out on the other side smelling of roses. None.
I think showing them like that, and we had like the 3 major tribes in Nigeria, they want to represent everybody, and I get that. I don't think it was necessary. I think we're just fillers to the story that did not even make any sense so much.
Maybe in the coming episode, some things will make sense. Especially that Layla's mom and her father. So whenever they come on my screen, I was just angry. Number one, the lady that played Layla's mom, she is a terrible actress. We'll talk about terrible acting later, but I just have to say, she's a very terrible actress. The fact that, okay, Layla's mom and father are now sleeping with each other again, so they're trying to keep away from Layla. I do not see the need for them.
There's no need for showing them too much like that and saying, honestly, the father might not love the mother, or he's just trying to use them. I don't know. I don't even know what to say. A lot of things were not necessary in this series.
Honestly, the most unnecessary scene, in my very humble opinion, maybe later on, maybe in 5, 4, 6, 7, 8 episodes, it might come in my, I don't think it makes sense because we're even over. Isaac, when his sister came to his room, you're like, I've been thinking about this thing. Then he pushed his shelf, then there was a board of all the people that were there in the scene of the murder.
I feel like they're supposed to show off that, okay, we can do a murder board. So, yeah. And it was not even necessary because at that point, these students were not trying to find out what happened to the teacher. They were just trying to cover up
their name from the entire thing.
That was the aim there, and the phone was missing. His motherboard was so small, he didn't even put the faces of everybody that uses the library. I thought that was going to be his investigation, but it was just, okay, then what happened here? At that point, when he did that thing, You're not trying to find out who killed Mr. Marcus. Another, speaking of scenes or lines that were not necessary during the investigation, the entire investigation, I have a lot of questions, but there's one thing that she said, like she was asking students about Mr. Marcus's password.
Even if you don't ask that kind of question, maybe it can happen. But at the same time, I think it looked very unprofessional.
Even coming straight up to the school, you know how they found the body. But I saw them digging a grave. Finding that body won't take time. No evidence that, okay, a student was there or it happened in school. Maybe later when his friend will say, okay, I know my friend was dating a student and him, that makes more sense. But just straight up, you're going to come and question the students to ask what was his mood like.
Even the principal said, okay, it did not happen on school premises.
Or there was blood found in the school premises that is his own blood, but they can't find the body.
If that is school premises, I understand. Is it allowed in Nigeria that you are going to be interviewing people, students, without their parents' consent or without somebody being there with the student?
There are other ways to spin this thing that you'll be able to nail these characters. She's not supposed to be forefront and center of the story.
Yeah.
But not really puts her there that, oh, like this girl and her story and her journey.
A lot of people like her though, but to me, I don't really care.
I think the way they for every other member of the team forgot about her. I think that's how I forgot about her too. Yeah. I know what she was doing in that room at that time. But at the same time, I did not even care for her.
Even the other students, they didn't even really remember her too at the point. When they were doing their own meeting, they didn't even worry that, oh, this might be a loose cannon. Oh. Yeah. Come to our side, we need to be focusing on you. But later on, the boy, Isaac, was like, it was you. Did you see that Ahmad's plot twist coming?
Not see it coming, but I did not care for it. I said, like, okay, boo-hoo. Nobody cares. It's not that deep.
When that plot twist happened, I said, thank God, at least they added small plot twist here. Because the story was just very straight. It was going too straight, at least to spice it up. But I did not care about any love story, any Layla, because there was a lot of talking, no action. I didn't see the yearning for Layla.
The only thing I just felt for that scene was that it's not that deep. It has not got to that level that, not like you have been chasing her and she's following this man. I mean, you've never told her to her face, obviously.
That she now abused you, that only think I can never be with you, kind of things. Or maybe it's battling self-esteem.
The actor who played Elijah, he was the best actor in this film. This is my first time seeing him play anything. His acting was so good. It made the other people that were on screen with him, they're acting really obviously terrible. He's
the only one that got the memo of all the teenagers. For the actors, like Choma Chiluka was in her element. It was just like eating biscuits for her. It was just normal. Every other actor in the series that normally act movies, that's their profession, they did a outstanding job. Lilian Sora was here too. But you see the teenagers, hey God, the first thing I wrote down was bad acting. But Elijah stood out.
What was your biggest ick watching this series?
Bad acting.
I think my one is the grammar. I'm not like, I don't speak very 100% Queen's English, but if you are doing something for screen and the environment that this series is set in, education system, there should be good grammar. Speak well. The
nerd in the series, it was questionable grammar too. I know that English is not our first. Like Nigerians always say English is not our first language. It's not our mother tongue. It's not our first language. Whatever it is to say it. But we don't have the best English either, please. However,
the other staff, maybe it's the assistant principal or I don't know who he was, but his grammar was bad. I wonder what he's teaching the students. Even there was a teacher that came, substitute too. The grammar was not really good in this series. It was not stable. From somebody that don't really speak like 100%, I noticed that, okay, my own better than this one, and I'm supposed to be learning from you.
Did you relate to the story at all?
No.
I don't think they romanticized that school life. That you say, oh my God, I miss going to school. There was not enough time to really romanticize it for us. Well, the way this, I don't want to do that, but the way these British and American series do, they romanticize their school life. They will never find ourselves wanting to be like them. The times that I giggled or I still found it relatable small was when the Isaac was yelling at other younger students that go to your class. That was the only time it was so natural. It really took me back in time. But every other time when they're doing backbiting, telling it in the class, it looked too fake. It was not well acted. I'm not saying that students don't do that in class. No.
If you were handed the reins of this series to change anything in this series, what would it be?
I think I will first of all start with the story. Good research needs to go into it because people are learning. People might never ever experience police interrogation. The only thing I won't say now is just from small knowledge or common sense. I'll start with the writing first of all. Then number two, I will try as much as possible to romanticize that teenage love, that teenage everything. I'll really romanticize it, despite the fact that they are on hot seats. But I will try and show it because I don't think we get a lot of that. Not I don't think, we don't get a lot of that. Yeah. Most of our movies that we watch, they are just very heavy-handed and they're really just talking about the ills in society. But just sometimes just romanticize stuff that we just, like, okay, teenagers are just having fun right now.
There are a lot of teenage stories out there.
No, even the party, it was too serious. Yeah. Teenagers are silly. This kind of party, it's too serious. Everything was well arranged. There was no goofing around. The house was very neat.
Dressed like teenagers.
Some people might be like, oh, this is a different time. I know. Even us, if we were wanting to dress like what are on TV. But at the same time, there was no silliness to it that, okay, you're a teenager and you're very, very silly. And what was it with those hairbands that the girls were wearing? Everything that teenage people do, they just try to make it cool. But this one, the girls were looking like old women. They're looking old when they put that in. Like, why did we put it? And what kind of, the braids too. I know that yes, we're in a different time, but please, we're in Nigeria. Elijah's girlfriend Shalewa's one, I can understand it. It was nice. It reflected her role. But Jemima Osunde, I think her one was too much. I won't even say that it's rich people's school. I want to play that card. Yeah? The school did not show it that it's a rich people's school. That when I say, oh, this is not rich people thing, so let us keep quiet in the matters of the rich. The school did not show it. Their manner and behavior did not show it. The classroom did not show that it is rich people things, you know? It's like a hierarchy. Remember that class that there were just like 5 people in a class? That
even Boys Over Flowers. We are constantly a lot of things. The football field and saying, I'm going to come play.
Because I know that some people will come and say, oh, this is rich people's things and this is normal, present time. Maybe if you showed me, I'll keep quiet and say, okay, this is matters of the rich. The football pitch was...
just that one alone. That one looks like your area, bush parts that you're going to play ball.
I haven't said that the costume, me say no. I can say that now, yes.
I think it's the same thing I will change. This series is just okay for me. I appreciate the effort. I see the effort.
Exactly that's what I was to say.
I see the effort. It's not a terrible attempt. Yeah. Although I wish they took more time to structure the story properly, then brush on some acting or tell people to take some lines again and just do that again. More passion or be laid back a little bit. I wish they directed it well. Yeah. Then the lighting, there was a lot of flicker for the camera work. Yeah. The exposure, I don't know. Maybe they don't adjust it very well.
I see the effort and I appreciate the effort. This is not to say that there are not a lot of YouTube series out there that already have high school stuff. No. There are a lot of them out there on YouTube as well. Yeah. But this one is just popular because of the big names that in this series. Yeah. It's D for effort. I'll give it 3 out of 5 stars. It was okay.
I'll give it 3 out of 5 because it's not bad. They are very redeemable qualities.
Yeah, it's not bad at all.
Then if you have seen the series, please don't hold back. Tell us what you think and how you rate the series.
Until next time, do take care of yourself. Bye-bye.